My name is Richard Fitzharris. I am the Director of Strategic Relationships for North America. Welcome everybody to the webinar today for ProServ, transforming professional services with SAP and S/4HANA. With that, let's get started. Thank you. Why KaarTech? KaarTech is one of the best pure play SAP players in the industry for digital transformation. We have this webinar today is focusing on professional services, but we also have industrial manufacturing, high tech, chemicals, oil, gas, energy, and wholesale distribution. We're heavily focused on the SAP Cloud and transformation, but we also have Ariba, SuccessFactors, and Cloud Analytics as well. Some of the digital transformation COEs, Center of Excellences, we have are around data science and engineering, business process management, Digiverse, cloud engineering, product engineering as well. And on the bottom of the stack, we also have our own proprietary IP. These accelerators are in the SAP App Store to help you move your digital transformation more quickly. One is KTurn, QPEX, and today you'll see a demo on KEBS. I'll highlight some of the key points of the slide. Over 3,000 successful SAP projects worldwide. These are world-class projects with world-class use cases we'd like to bring you day one. Over 500 clients globally with us, over 2,000 employees, W2, and growing. And Gartner gave us a peer-to-peer review of 4.4 out of 5. So we have the world-class projects, have the world-class use cases, and I'd like to introduce you to our world-class team today for ProServ. So let me go through the agenda and let the team introduce themselves. First part of the agenda, what is Grow with SAP? The offering. SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition for ProServ will be discussed today. ProServ with KEBS and how that stack works together strategically to accelerate your digital transformation. And we will have a KEBS demonstration demo today as well. Throughout the transition with our leaders, we'll have polls that go through. We have 3 polls, and we'll ask you to participate in some questions at the very end. So with that, I'd like to introduce our leadership team, Matt, Vaidehi, and Arun. Matt, off to you. Thank you, sir.
Great. Thanks a lot, Richard. Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Emmert, and I'm representing SAP's Global Solution Management Organization that's responsible for our cloud-native ERP solution, which is the S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. I look after our overall go-to-market strategy for the solution, as well as service industries in particular, of which professional services is a part, and was kindly invited by my colleagues at KAR to provide an introduction into our new offering called Grow with SAP, which was created specifically for mid-market firms. And I'd like to explain how that works and how that works for professional services companies. I've been at SAP for 15 years now. I started in a pre-sales role, also have worked in an industry role for professional services, and have now taken care of the overall public cloud solution. So let's start with the question, are you ready? So as everybody's very aware, the world has become an even more interesting place in the last few years, and that's exposed things like fragility of the global supply chain, that's highlighted the tightness of talent markets, and its significantly increased cost of capital. This has put a lot of additional stresses onto firms, and specifically for professional services firms, on things like the need to better manage talent, both internal talent and external, and the needs to manage working capital more effectively, especially in the context of achieving profitable growth. The challenges we see specifically for mid-market customers is seen through the lens of a lack of agility. They often want to pursue new business models to expand the business, or they've outgrown their current ERP solutions. And this leads to inefficient and disconnected processes, as well as a lack of transparency and difficulty really steering and managing the business. These challenges, as well as the challenges of mid-market firms being able to adopt a true best-class ERP solution, is why we created the Grow with SAP offering. What that offering is, it's 4 pillars. As I mentioned, go to the next slide. It's an offering specifically created for mid-market customers, and it's based solely on the S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition SaaS ERP solution. That's our cloud-native ERP. There's 4 key value propositions here. The first is being able to run on the industry standard best practices. This means you can take advantage of the best practices out of the box that we've refined from 50 years of ERP experience. This lets you deliver results right away without having to reinvent the wheel when you implement the software. Next, you can grow without limits. This means that you can add new products and services organically to increase your service offerings, to do things like offer digital services or support services that complement your professional services projects. It also means you can scale more easily through new acquisitions or global expansions. You also want to be able to build your own breakthroughs. So you want to start with the standard best practices to achieve 80 or 90% of your scope and to do that quickly, but you have unique differentiation and capabilities you want to add. You need a way to add that in a way that's easy and in a way that's going to be compliant with future upgrades where you can always stay on the latest version. Finally, you want to be able to go live with confidence. That means having low risk and proven implementation tools and methodologies. In public cloud, especially for mid-market firms, it's critical to embrace cloud quickly and with predictability and to be able to understand the cost and duration of the project from the start so there's no surprises downstream. Let's take a look at each of these one by one. Let's start with industry best practices. Here we provide a full service ERP. We provide the core end-to-end business processes that let you run your business with efficiency and eliminate silos across your organization. And we can demonstrate this with a depth and breadth of a fully functional ERP solution. It has the processes you'd expect, like order to cash, procure to pay, record to report, but these are complemented with operational processes. Like for this call, we're going to be going in depth on the service innovation processes, how we enable an end-to-end service delivery process, but also it's complemented with operational manufacturing processes as well. These processes have built-in intelligence. They have actionable insights that tell you where the issue is and lead you where you need to go to resolve it, as well as process automation to help you towards achieving a truly autonomous ERP. Next, let's talk about grow without limits. Growing without limits is critical because you may want to grow organically or through acquisition or through global expansion. Growing organically, the solution enables multiple delivery models. It's not a kind of a hardwired professional services automation tool that only supports time and materials projects. We see more and more of our customers wanting to go to fixed fee projects, to performance-based projects, even selling usage-based services or subscription and support-based services. This allows you to deliver those multiple delivery streams, but also bring them together into a single solution to provide a single simple face to the customer, and also to optimize profitability between these multiple delivery streams. This has been a huge area of innovation we see our professional services customers wanting to move into. The solution also needs to allow you to adapt with organizational agility. It means being able to quickly onboard new acquisitions. We see a heavy acquisition model, particularly in the audit and tax market today, with the ability to have flexible organizational structures, so you don't have hardwired chart of accounts. You're able to bring new firms in quickly into your single lean chart of accounts and get them up and running on the same operational model. Multidimensional reporting, so you can understand who's doing what, as well as the ability to expand globally with the widest and deepest localizations of any public cloud firm. So 51 local country versions, 32 languages are supported to give you that compliance and confidence out of the box that you can move your business into new countries and go immediately. Next, it's about building your own breakthroughs. So as I mentioned, you want to first look at best practices. Best practices lead to cash, procure to pay, plan to fulfill, record to report, professional services processes. Start with those. Ask, why can't we use this best practice as a start rather than doing things the old way? But we recognize you need to differentiate in certain areas. You may have your own specific business processes, workflows, and capabilities where you need to differentiate. We support that with a powerful business technology platform that offers low-code tools, so business users can come in, they can add fields, they can tweak workflows, and as well as professional developers can also develop their own applications if you need more extensive capabilities to add to that. In addition, this platform allows partners like Kaar to come in and build really innovative, best-in-class plugin solutions like KEBS that you'll see that provide a lot of additional capabilities on the operational end, and that provide capabilities like a light CRM solution that enables the whole front end of that process, as well as related HR and resource management capabilities, supporting the end-to-end bulletproof professional services financial process we provide out of the box. Finally, the last part is about being able to go live with confidence. And really what this means is our customers need a smooth and predictable way to go live. We have a full lifecycle view of this. It starts with our digital discovery assessment. This tool, which we use in our early discussions, gives you all the details you need to understand the scope that you're getting out of the box, all those best practices I mentioned, what you're getting out of the box, linked to things like process flows and best practices, where you can really understand the detail of how those processes work themselves and how they link to other processes. And that definition of scope, the scope is defined in that digital discovery tool. That definition then translates into our cloud application lifecycle management tool, which leads into execution of the project. So there you do the business fine-tuning, the final design, the data migration, and the test automation to get to a reliable implementation, reliable and fast implementation. This is all part of what we call the SAP Activate methodology. It's our methodology for implementing fit to standard cloud ERP solutions and doing that reliably, and being able to do that with best-in-class partners like KAAR, who are familiar with this and have the skills and background and experience to take you through that process. Finally, that summarizes the approach of Grow with SAP, again, targeted and created around our existing proven SaaS cloud ERP solution, but tuned and defined specifically for our mid-market customers. Let's take a look at our professional services capabilities specifically. So if we think about some of the challenges, especially mid-market professional services are having today around even managing their current business, we're seeing trends like continuous margin pressure. That's been happening for some time. Clients are more and more demanding more skin in the game, that you as a services firm take on more delivery risk for the project. You're dealing with a scarcity of talent in the marketplace, and also the need to leverage global delivery models just to simply deliver on a cost-effective basis to be competitive. Internally, firms are challenged by those things with really too much effort to manage the business, non-automated processes, a lack of visibility. A lot of times the current ERP systems can handle a time and expense project, but they really can't handle these alternative business models. So a partner in a firm comes and says, hey, I have sold this great new deal. It has all these parameters to it. And people by hook or by crook have to figure out how to force these old ERP systems to meet them. We offer this out of the box, a very flexible way to support different types of projects, fixed fee, performance-based, even selling digital solutions or services solutions, all out of the box. Firms have always been challenged with aligning resource supply demand. Not only how can I find the best resources for a project I need to launch tomorrow, but how can I look at my pipeline, understand what's coming, understand, do I have the people? Do I need to start recruiting new people? Do I start needing to tap external people to get my projects delivered on time? We also see a big need and trends around growth ambitions. And what we're talking about here is really the ability to quickly expand to new regions, to create new service lines, look at bringing on external talent, as we talked about, these new delivery models for repeatable ongoing revenue. So we see a big trend of trying to productize knowledge, capture that knowledge in digital assets that can be left at a client, continuing to deliver subscription revenue. But when they hit a problem they can't solve, the client's going to call you back to drop people in to solve that next big problem, to potentially develop that next great digital solution. So we see that as a requirement. Again, it gets back to a lot of the older non-modern ERPs don't support that kind of easy expansion, or they don't have the country localizations, or they have a kind of a hard-coded chart of accounts where you have to re-implement every time you bring a new acquisition. These are the challenges that we're focused on with S/4HANA Public Cloud, and we do that. Go to the next slide. With an end-to-end ERP solution with best-in-class financials at the core, but that also supports that end-to-end professional services lifecycle, which you'll see when we get into the demonstration. Being able to sell business, being able to plan your engagements, being able to set up the engagements properly with the appropriate revenue recognition and billing logic that your client needs, staff those with the best people, being able to then deliver the work, recognize revenue, profitability, post WIP immediately as soon as the time hits, write that WIP off at a detail level, understand WIP age, manage that cash, both from a WIP level as well as an accounts receivable level, and then bill all the work that was done, bill accurately, and then overall manage the business. So to be able to do that, to get started, to get you a solution that can run today's business better, but also has the flexibility to let you expand in these new business models moving forward, as well as to expand globally or through acquisition. So that's really how we wanted to introduce the solution. Again, I'm very passionate about this. Been doing this sometime. I think we have a very strong value proposition for the mid-market, especially working with partners like KAAR. allow us to, what we want you to do is focus on your business, focus on growth, by giving you an ERP where that takes care of the details, it takes care of the automation, and gives you the visibility that you need. So with that, we'd like to open up to, we have a short poll for you, and then I will be turning it over to Vaidehi to talk more about what KAAR does and what the KEBS solution can do.
Thank you, Matt. The poll should be posting right now. Is your organization planning for a new ERP implementation in the near future? Yes or no? Are you looking for more information on Grow with SAP? Yes or no? We'll give you a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds to complete this. Appreciate your participation. Okay, we're going to move on to Vaidehi for your presentation now. You're up, Vaidehi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard, and thank you, Matt, for the deep dive into the SAP S/4HANA Cloud Professional Services Edition. And hello, everyone. I'm Vaidehi Srinivasan, and I head the Digital Transformation Consulting Group at KaarTech. As an enterprise architect, I engage with customers across the globe on their digital transformation journey. I have close to about 30 years of experience on SAP and have worked with industries big and small, charting their journey into the digital world. I'll take the next 5 to 7 minutes to tell you how KEBS, or the KAAR Enterprise Business Suite, complements SAP S/4HANA Professional Services in being able to provide the best of class for professional firms. KAAR Technologies, we have worked with multiple implementations with SAP S/4HANA Professional Services, and being a professional services organization, we understand the challenges and the complexities that these industries face. And when we do such implementations, we offer our implementation services and also provide our solution extension, KEBS, to complement the functionality of SAP S/4HANA. KEBS, or it's called KAAR Enterprise Business Suite. It's a SaaS product, and it is designed to help professional services organizations streamline their operations. As a complementary product, we have 4 functionalities, and that is what we primarily focus on today. The first being the Light CRM, which is used for nurturing, converting, and managing the leads. Secondly, the RMG and the Light HR, the resource management, to manage staffing and resource allocation more efficiently. And then the timesheet, where you can effortlessly track the time, streamline the billing, and maximize productivity. And finally, the project planning dashboards that provide real-time insights and reporting, helping to make informed decisions. In essence, if you look at it, it is a single software solution which works along with SAP S/4HANA Professional Services to integrate the various business processes across supply chain, CRM, and human resources. And it is able to provide you a very clean ERP software. Now, if I have to deep dive into these 4 areas, which my colleague Arun will show you a demo later. First, about Light CRM. Here you are able to, you have the contacts management, leads management and governance, and you have a sales goal tracker, a quote builder, and also the product catalog. This primarily allows you to centralize and organize your contacts, efficiently manage your leads, track and monitor your sales targets. Quickly, you're able to create professional proposals and organize and showcase the products. When I move on to the RMG part, the resource management, here you have your timesheets, your recruitment, your travel management, and a 360-degree view about the employee and lead management. And this, because you also have the recruitment part of it, it helps you with the enhanced candidate selection, a streamlined reimbursement and the comprehensive employee insights as well. And moving on to the project management, here it provides you a total visibility of the deliverables, cost, and schedules of the project. And because you're able to manage the schedule, you have good project governance, time tracking, and cost management as well. So this establishes a very effective project control. You're accurately able to track the project hours, and you're also able to establish the resource control and control project costs. Primarily, the advantage of using the planning board, it provides you a Gantt chart, which offers you a visual representation of the project timeline, task, and dependencies. And this feature enables users to track progress visually, compare it with the planned schedule, and identify any delays ahead of when it could actually happen. And these aid in addressing the challenges of managing multiple project schedules very effectively. And this, like I mentioned, it's a solution extension. It has been built on BTP, and it integrates seamlessly with the SAP S/4HANA public cloud. And the functionality is available to you as Fiori tabs, where you seamlessly navigate between the SAP S/4HANA public cloud and KEBS as well. And finally, these unique modules that I mentioned are those industry white spaces that we were able to identify during our various interactions and also our operations. And this cloud add-on, it is being deployed on SAP BTP. It is listed on SAP App Store. So with SAP S/4HANA Cloud, along with KEBS, you completely get transformed into an intelligent enterprise. With this, I hand it off to Arun, who would walk you through the demo of KEBS, and we could have further questions at the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vaidehi. Arun, over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Matt and Vaidehi. So welcome, everyone. KEBS is nothing but the Car Enterprise Business Suite, and Vaidehi have given you the preface of what KEBS is. So with KEBS, along with SAP S/4HANA, we have a solution called the Professional Services in a Box, which will seamlessly integrate all modules for you throughout your professional services automation journey. For example, every customer we face has a pain point that they have multiple solutions for multiple modules. So we got different solutions for different modules, but here we serve you professional services in a box where you integrate seamlessly all the modules together. Say, let me tell you a storyline. Every professional services organization will have an OKR. So they have to have an objective, key, and tracking the results. So a CEO would like to sit with his employees and chief development officers and drill down each and every employee's key and their results. Let's proceed. So every professional services automation happens starting from an objective, defining an objective, key, and tracking their results. So a CEO would love to see how the organization grows each year, and this OKR will help you out. And from there, once a sales team takes up a target of several $1 million, they need a team and a software to track all their day-to-day activities. There comes the customer relationship management, the CRM software. So the CRM software, as Vaidehi said, will have the lead management, the opportunity management, etc. Once the lead converts to an opportunity, there intervenes the bid management team, and they need to propose a bid calendar and follow a particular timeline for the proposal. So what happens is the system automatically integrates with either the Google's workspace or the Microsoft workspace, whichever your organization uses, and it will automatically notify you on the calendar deadlines. Then finally, when the bid management team is done of their work and the project is won, it goes to the project management module, where the system automatically converts the opportunity to a project, and the project manager will be able to plan the project with the project management planning board. The planning board will help the project manager to align the timeline from phase to phase. And once the timeline is aligned, the project manager has to assign the resources to the project. There comes the resource management module, where the project manager will be able to raise resource requests, and the system automatically suggests, it has a smart, intuitive, out-of-the-box thinking solution, which will automatically smart suggest the resources. So where are the resources saved? There comes the resource management module, where the resource management helps with the smart suggestions and brings up based on the skills and the requirements. If there are no resources available, then it can be forwarded to the recruitment team, and hiring to retiring can be done. Finally, when the project is closed, that the resources can fill their timesheets. They can use the learning management system to cross-skill themselves. They can use the leave management system to lock their leaves. These details are all saved in the Employee 360. overall information about an employee, like about his family details, etc., can be saved in the Employee 360, and an HR manager will be able to view it, and they can pull up reports and analytics based on the information or the data we have on the organization. Finally, when the project is closed, we need to do a collection or the revenue management or the financial management. We have a solution, a dashboard that will show you the exact numbers a CFO would love to see. So let me quickly jump to the demo and show you how the system looks like.
Yeah, it is. Yes, thank you.
So this is SAP S4HANA Public Cloud for you. Here you have screen where you have, if you are stuck somewhere, you have a help button that will help you. And you have a learning tutorial that will give you an exact demo of what we are doing right now. And you have a notification button, and you can see the notification either in your phone, your system, or even your Apple Watch. You can approve or deny requests. Here comes, you start your day with the tasks and situations over here. If you have any pending approvals, or if you have any contracts that is set to expire, you get in the tasks and situations. You can also pin your pages, blogs, or applications that you use in your day-to-day life over here. And as I said, the public cloud gives you an intuitive dashboard, and within a single click, you will be given the exact data that is associated to this. Let me open the KEBS system. In this KEBS system, you have a different kind of reports, say 60 plus reports, and these are totally customizable, and it can be based on your organization. So to begin with the story, an organization will have an objective, key, and a result. Here you can see the organizational chart. There are several entities that report to the CEO, and each department can be drilled down and opened, and their objectives, key results, and the actual progress they have made so far, the planned progress they have, and the weightage against it can be tracked. So now the sales team would have a particular target, say they have several $1 million. How are they going to achieve it or track it? You have a sales dashboard, which will exactly help a vice president of sales or a president of sales to have a look. You have opportunity-wise split up, whether the status is won or submitted or bid approved, etc. You have the sales chart that will help you project the future with the past. You have the last year closure, you have the actuals and the planned for the year. You also have a probability value, say you have several millions that you are sure about, you can have it in the very high, and you can have a different strategy for it. If it's high, you have a different strategy for it. And this intuitive sales dashboard will help you achieve your sales. And finally, the sales manager will be able to track his call logs or tasks or mail campaign, etc., from one single place. For instance, if you want to deep dive into a particular account, you can go to the accounts dashboard and you can see what the account name is and all the information that is associated to the account. You can also have several leads from the same account or several opportunities from the same account, or there might be projects that are already started, initiated from the same account. So this gives you an opportunity to do repeated sales with the same account. Let me open the project view. This all comes under the CRM, and now we jump into the projects where an opportunity is converted to a project. Here you got the project value, the build value, the collected value, etc. If there are multiple projects here, you can have several line items and you can deep dive into each line item. You got a planning board over here, as I spoke before. Here you got the work packages, and you can drill down into each work package and you can streamline the timeline. Then finally comes here the resource allocation, the important part. Here our system allows you to raise an allocation request, and based on the priority or the client interview is needed or not, and several information. Apart from this, you can also give whether you need an employment authorization or a visa document, etc., or any specific acceptance criteria, you can mention it. You can mention the job description, and these are the basic details that you will be filling out in this form. Once this request is raised, what will happen is it will reach to the resource management, the resource manager, and a resource manager will open this dashboard. And once he gets a resource request, the system automatically smart suggests the resources that are available. For example, let me open one single request. Here you got, you need an Indian who for a full-time, for a project position, and you need an 100% utilization. What happens is the smart suggestions automatically applies the filters and gets the resources that are available. And if suppose there are no resources available, you can internally forward the request within the organization. If there are no resources available in the team or the organization, you can forward it to the recruitment, and this request will be posted and you can get an external hire. So where are these skills saved? These skills are saved in the employee directory. This is a 360-degree view of an employee. Once an HR manager onboards an employee, he gets the information of these employees and the personal details, family details, the employment history. Suppose if they have an accountant statutory IDs, their educational details. Suppose they cross-skill themselves, they complete a certification, their skills, etc. are saved in this employee 360-degree view. In the same way, you also have several apps in KAR Enterprise Business Suite, such as projects, timesheet. I can also give a glimpse of the timesheet. You have new timesheet, you can create the work center, you can give the location. Suppose you are doing a remote job or you want a double cost center, everything is possible. And then it goes for an approval. You can either approve your timesheet or reject it. You can also tag the reason for rejection or the reason for approval. And then comes the finance reports. Finally, you got the finance reports for the projects. Before that, you also have a procure to pay cycle that is attached to the project. Suppose if you want to procure something, you have procure to pay. And if you want a leave management system, yes, we do have a leave management system. If you want a learning management system, yes, we do have a learning management system. This is totally customizable software. This is one single dashboard a CFO would love to look at. Here you can see the for the month value, you can see the book and bill revenue, you can see the unexecuted order booked, you can deep dive and drill down into each entity. You also have several filters that will help you look at the revenue. With this being said, let me stop here and explain you that a professional services automation industry will have this whole storyline, and your organization may fit into some scenario which will help you with the whole package called professional services in a box. Over to you, Richard.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you. And thank everybody for joining the webinar today, and we will be in touch soon. Thank you.